The Spokane County Sheriff is pushing back after county commissioners approved a $1 million settlement to the family of a man killed by a deputy almost 3 years ago. Ethan Murray was shot and killed back in 2019 after reports of a man believed to be high scaring children at a Spokane Valley apartment complex. Deputies say he refused to cooperate and then ran into the woods near Mirbeau Park, then lunged at the deputies and reached into his waistband. Now, at the time, the deputy said he thought Murray had a knife. It was later determined to be just a pair of sunglasses. Now, Murray's family says Ethan was in the middle of a mental health crisis and didn't deserve to die. They say instead he just needed help. The Spokane County Prosecutor's Office later determined the deputy was justified in his use of deadly force. He told me today that the community should be reassured that our local officers are following the law. I had a chance to sit down with both the Sheriff, Ozzie Knezovich, and Prosecutor Larry Haskell today, and I asked what needs to change to try and prevent police-involved shootings, especially those involving people with mental illness. Both of them told me in this case they believe the deputy involved did everything right. They also say the current system is set up to fail people like Ethan who struggled with mental illness. Murray's family has asked that there be changes. What is your department willing and able to do in order to try and do everything that you can to make sure something like this doesn't happen again?
Whitney, we've already done that. All right. Again, you act, or I won't put that directly at you, but those there are people out there that act like we haven't done anything.
I don't think that's not what I'm saying, at least.
Yeah,
but I do want to. I think that the family has asked in very specific instances about institutional change here in your department.
And we've already done that.
So there's nothing to change. There's nothing else that you can do.
We continue to modify. We continue to grow. We continue to make training modifications. That is continual. It's not because they're demanding anything. We started making these changes way before there was any demand to do anything.
Tell me about body cameras. How many of your officers are wearing them?
We have all the deputies on patrol wearing them currently right now.
What do you think would have changed if they had been wearing them at the time of this incident?
I don't think this incident stops because they're wearing body cameras. What would have changed would we would have had the direct evidence of what actually happened, and I doubt you would have had $1 million lawsuit.
Whitney, they definitely bring value as soon as body cameras. When the suspect knew that they were being recorded, video and audio, all of a sudden the complaints went way down. I think they're hugely valuable for that. I also think from the standpoint of making prosecution decisions, whether or not to charge, and in some cases what to charge, but it also enhances case resolutions because everybody can see what happened.
Does the fact that there is now a $1 million settlement speak to a need for perhaps more transparency in how these cases are evaluated, or at least more emphasis on how to respond to individuals in a mental health crisis?
Whitney, let's take it back to 2005, because this is one thing that the activists and those who like to portray this the way you just asked that question, don't ever give their law enforcement in this area the credit for what they have done. What it is a system that is horribly broken because this individual was put into Spokane County Jail, and had the facility been working the way it had in the past, he would have received his mental health treatment. He would have been stabilized, and maybe we wouldn't have been out there again.
So what is the answer then? Knowing that the jail has the capacity that it has, do we need to build a bigger jail? Do we need more mental health intervention within the facility? What's the answer?
The answer is multifold. It's not about a bigger jail. It's about the proper functioning jail. A jail that actually has the capability of bringing somebody into a booking area that is not a booking area, it's a triage center, where you make the determination, do they really need to go to the jail, or is this something that we have to deal with as far as a mental health or a drug addiction issue? We don't have that capability.
Now, Ethan Murray's attorney also released a statement today. It reads in part, "A $1 million settlement speaks louder than any denial of wrongdoing. It's never enough and it won't bring Ethan back, but his mother is going to use it for great things for people struggling with mental illness in the Inland Empire." You can find the full statement from the family on our website. Just go to krem.com.